So we have defined a right coset of H in a group G. Now we shall revise what is right coset. If H is subgroup of G, then a right coset of H in G denoted by HA, and the elements of this are H into A, where this H belongs to H and A belongs to G. This is the definition of right coset. And also we have proved this result last time. That is, if we consider A as set of congruence class of A as X belongs to G, such that A is congruent to X modulo H, then these two are equal. Then right coset is equal to congruence class of A. Now we shall consider example of right coset. Let G be a finite set. We shall consider 1 minus 1 I minus I. Then G is group under multiplication. We have seen this example earlier. Now we will consider a subgroup of this group G. Let that be H is equal to 1 minus 1. Then H is subgroup of G. Under same multiplication. It can be seen easily. This is a subgroup. It satisfies the criteria of subgroup, closure property, and existence of inverse. Now we will form the right cosets of H in G. To form right coset of H in G, see, we have to consider A belongs to G and H belongs to H. Here, how many elements are there in G? Total 4 elements are there, and therefore there will be 4 right cosets. That depends on a number of A elements in G. 4 right cosets of H in G. First we shall consider A is equal to 1. So A is equal to 1, then the right coset is H1. HA is H1, and this is equal to, now every element of H is to be multiplied by A, and there are only 2 elements, 1 and minus 1, and these are again multiplied by A means 1. So 1 into 1, it will be 1, and minus 1 into 1 will be again minus 1. So this is H1, right coset of H in G, corresponding to A is equal to 1. Next, A is equal to minus 1. Now what will be that element? H minus 1, right coset of H in G, H minus 1. Now here A is minus 1. So multiply each element of H by minus 1. So 1 into minus 1, it is minus 1, and minus 1 into minus 1, it is plus 1. So this is H minus 1. Next we will consider the element A as I. So if I consider A is equal to I, then the right coset will be HI. And now we have to multiply the elements of H by I. So 1 into I, that is I, and minus 1 into I, that is minus I. And one more is remaining, that is A is equal to minus 1. So when A is equal to minus I, A is minus I, what is the right coset? H minus I. We have to multiply the elements of H by minus I, and 1 into minus I, that is minus I, and see, minus 1 into minus I, that will be plus I. So thus these are the right cosets of H in G. So the meaning is simple. To form a right coset of H in G, we have to multiply each element of H by a fixed number A. That gives the right coset, and thus we have formed 4 right cosets because there are 4 elements in G. Now we observe these right cosets. Now H1 is, you may see it is same as H. Also H minus 1 is same as H, or this is equal to H, and this is also equal to H. And what about HI? HI is different from this H1 and H minus 1, but HI is having the elements I and minus I, and H minus I is also having the elements I and minus I. So therefore here HI is same as H of minus I, H of minus I here, and so we may consider H minus I is same as HI. So therefore there are only two distinct right cosets of H in G. Which one? That is H, and another is HI. So therefore there are only two distinct and disjoint, no element in common right cosets of H in G, and that is H and HI. See, H is same as H1, H is same as H minus 1. We may denote it by any symbol, that is H. And second is HI, which is same as H minus I. And further, so these are distinct, means there is no element common in H and HI. Here 1 minus 1, and here are the elements I and minus I. So these are disjoint, no element in common, and also distinct. And another thing is to be noted is that the union of these distinct right cosets of H in G is the entire set G, or is the set G, and also G is equal to union of these, that is H union HI. So these two right cosets fill up the set G, or if you consider the diagram, then we may have this set as G. Say this is G, and it has the elements 1 minus 1. I shall write the elements here, 1 minus 1, and second I minus I. 4 elements are there, and but these 4 elements are divided in only two right cosets. The first is H, which contains 1 and minus 1. So this part is H, and the remaining I and minus I is the HI. And we may see this G is, these are disjoint, there is no element in common between H and HI, and G is the union of H and HI. So thus these are distinct right cosets, and distinct right cosets fill up the whole set G. So this is the meaning of right coset, and again this may be considered as congruence class of 1. Now see, we have written here HA is equal to A. So here H will be, this H will be equal to congruence class of 1. Also it is equal to congruence class of minus 1. And by definition here we have 1 is congruent to 1, and minus 1 is also congruent to minus 1. So therefore the whole set or whole group G is divided into distinct right cosets, and their union is the entire group G. So this is an example of a right coset we have, and we should note that these distinct right cosets contain the same number of elements. Now see how many elements are there in this H. There are 2 elements in H1 or H minus 1, or which is H, and HI also contains the number of elements as 2. So same number of elements are there in any 2 or any right coset, or every right coset contains the same number of elements. That is the meaning. Now we will consider next result as a lemma. And any two right cosets, there is one-to-one correspondence. And this is our lemma number 7. There is a one-to-one correspondence there is a one-to-one correspondence between any two right cosets of H in G. Now we may consider two right cosets of H in G as HA and HB. So we write the proof. Here let H be a subgroup of G and further let AB belongs to G. Then HA and HB will be two right cosets. Two right cosets of H in G. Now we have to establish a one-to-one correspondence. One-to-one correspondence means a function which is 1, 1 and onto. And for that purpose, let we consider a function f from right coset HA to another right coset HB, defined by. Now we consider the definition here as f of HA. Element in HA is of this kind, HA, and element in HB will be of this type, HB. For all HA belongs to HA. This is the function defined. HA is equal to HB. And now we have to show this is one-to-one correspondence. Means F is 1, 1 and F is onto, that we have to show, and it is easy to show by definition of 1, 1 function and onto function. First we consider F is 1, 1. Now for F is 1, 1, what we have to consider when we say F is 1, 1 function, if we have f of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2, then the function is 1, 1. This is the condition for 1, 1 function. So here we will consider f of x1 here. x1 means in the domain we have to consider two elements. In HA, two elements can be considered as H1A and H2A. So let H1A, H2A belongs to HA. And then f of H1A is equal to f of H2A. Now what this implies by definition? Definition of f of HA is equal to HB, and therefore f of H1A will be equal to H1B. So this is H1B is equal to H2B. F of H2A is H2B. And now you see from this B on the right factor is common. So we shall use right cancellation law and B cancels. And this gives H1 is equal to H2. Right cancellation law. And thus if H1 is equal to H2, we may multiply both sides by A, and this implies H1A is equal to H2A. So this is H1A is equal to H2. And what is H1A? Multiplying both sides by A. And so H1A is equal to H2A, and that proves F is 1, 1. F of H1A is equal to F of H2A implies H1A is equal to H2A. F of x1 is equal to f of x2 implies x1 is equal to x2, and that shows F is 1, 1. Now next is F is onto. So here also you may see for this there is one-to-one correspondence between H and HI, two right cosets, and this can be defined as 1 related to I and minus 1 image of minus 1 is minus I. Then that gives one-to-one relation, 1 and onto relation between these two right cosets. So next is F is onto. So what is the meaning of onto? When we say F is onto, for an element in codomain, or for B belongs to, we have to consider HB. HB belongs to H of B or HB, capital HB. HB belongs to capital HB. We have to show there exists a pre-image of this such that f of that element is equal to HB. Now we can consider for HB belongs to HB. There exists HA belongs to HA. Corresponding to this, every element in this is of the form HB, and corresponding to this element there exists an element HA in HA, such that f of HA is equal to HB. And this is the condition for onto. For every element in this set codomain, there exists an element in the domain such that f of that element, f image of that element is equal to H of B. And this shows that f is onto, and thus f is one-to-one correspondence. So this proves the result, and therefore f is a one-to-one correspondence between two right cosets. And this completes the lemma. Now we shall prove a theorem which is due to Lagrange, mathematician, and this is our first theorem in this chapter. Up till now we have proved lemmas, and the theorem is if H is a subgroup, or first we have to consider G as a finite group. Let G be a finite group, and H is a subgroup of G. Then order of H means number of elements in H divides is a divisor of order of G, number of elements in G, or order of H divides order of G. So this we have to prove. Now the proof. See, earlier we have considered that there is one-to-one correspondence between any two right cosets, and this is the example we have seen. Now we shall see the meaning of the theorem in terms of this example. G is finite group, here also G is finite in this, and H is a subgroup of G, and then order of H divides order of G. So what is the group G here? G is, we have considered 1 minus 1 I minus I, and what is H? That is 1 minus 1. H is subgroup of this group G. Now you see how many distinct right cosets are there? Only H and HI, and every right coset contains two elements. This H contains 1 and minus 1, and HI contains I and minus I. So therefore now if we consider this as k number of right cosets, that means 2, And how many elements are there in this order of H? What is order of H here? Number of elements in H. 1 and minus 1 means order of H is 2. And this is same as order of HI. Number of elements in HI are also 2. And now, how many distinct right cosets are there? 2, H and HI. So therefore, there are 2 distinct right cosets. 2 into order of H is equal to order of G. This is the meaning. 2 distinct right cosets, and each right coset contains the same number of elements, and therefore 2 into order of H will be total number of elements in G, and that is 2 into 2. So this is 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Or that means order of H divides order of G. That is 2 divides 4. And by this is a divisibility relation, we know. It is a divisor. So 2 is divisor of 4. That is the meaning of Lagrange's theorem, and that we shall prove now. Now we know that every there is one-to-one correspondence between any 2 right cosets. So every right coset H in G contains the same number of elements. This is by lemma 7. Because there is one-to-one correspondence between any 2 right cosets. So there is one-to-one correspondence between H and HI. So number of elements in H and HI, here only 2 right cosets are there. If there are more than 2 right cosets, then each right coset will contain the same number of elements. And now H is equal to HE. We have considered E belongs to G, identity, and HE is same as H. So therefore, because here we have H is same as H1, 1 is identity, and that is 1 minus 1. So therefore, H is equal to H1 or H is equal to HE is a right coset. Right coset of H in G. It is of the form HA, and therefore it is a right coset. And therefore, what this shows that every right coset contains the same number of elements as in H. Now here you see H, the number of elements are 2, and therefore in right coset HI and H1 also contains the number of elements as 2. So therefore every right coset contains the number of elements equal to order of H. Same as H. Every right coset contains the number of elements same as in H, that is order of H. And now we suppose there are k distinct right cosets. Let there be k distinct right cosets of H in G. Now the right cosets are, there is no element in common between distinct right cosets. Here, see, there is no element common in 2 right cosets H and HI. there is no element common in two distinct right cosets, and therefore the right cosets, all right cosets fill up the set G. That means G is union of these right cosets. Therefore, G is the union. These distinct and disjoint right cosets. And now we will have the number of elements are here, number of right cosets are k. Since every element A in G is in the unique right coset HA, and therefore G is the union of these distinct right cosets, and thus we have, there are k number of these. So therefore we have k into order of H is equal to order of G, because there are k number of right cosets. Each right coset contains order of H number of elements. So therefore total number of elements in G will be k times order of H. As in the earlier example, it is two right cosets and each right coset contains two elements, and therefore order of G was 4. And this shows that order of H divides order of G by divisibility relation, because order of G is multiple of order of H. And hence the proof. So this completes the proof of Lagrange's theorem. So next time we shall consider the corollaries of Lagrange's theorem. Thank you.